podcast.
All right, guys, we're here. This is Life at Times. You know what I'm saying, guys? Look, today we have a very, very unique, rare, special. All those in the same column, the same line. You know what I'm saying? We're here with somebody that's definitely leaving his mark in this new era. You know what I'm saying? He's doing a lot. His sound is very, very, very unique, but also very fine tuned for, especially for, he just told me how long he's been doing this, and I'm fucking astounded. So, but guys, let's get right into it, guys. We're here with my good friend Rawbone.
What's going on, Tim?
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
I'm hot as fuck in here.
Nah, yeah, it's summer, man.
Oh my God. You know what's crazy? I had a towel and I was like, all right, cool. I got a towel. I'm about to be good. Lost the towel. Left the towel at the last house I was at. And I was like, wow, now I'm just fucking dying. This is insane. But you're right. It's hot. But we're finally here. This is all my fault, guys. This should have happened probably 3 months ago. But it's okay. We're here. We're here now.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. I mean, realistically, see what I'm saying? Like it works out. But let's get right into it because I don't know. So let's just get back in your background. Where are you from? Let's hear all that.
Shit. I was born in Bellflower, California, and I lived in Compton until I was like 8. And my mom moved us out to Covina. I don't know if you ever heard of Covina.
Yeah, West Covina or like just regular Covina.
Regular Covina. It's like I don't know if you know where Glendora is. It's like it's in between Glendora and West Covina.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in the suburbs of LA, basically like in California.
In California.
Yeah.
And then so after 8 you were in Glendora or in Covina.
Yeah.
How was the upbringing? Like, what's that like?
Shit.
For people that don't know what Covina is.
I mean, it's chill, to be honest. It's like you could go outside without feeling like something bad's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let your kids out. But I skated a lot, so I was just skating with my homies.
Yeah. Bellflower is not, is Bellflower a bad place? I know it's right next to Compton. Would that be considered like a hostile place? Because I don't remember it ever being it.
Nah. My cousin lives there now. He says it's straight. It's nothing crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a suburb of Compton, right? Like it sits outside of Compton.
Of LA, I think.
Of LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that and Dorsey mixed up like all the time. Because I've never been to Dorsey, but I've been to Bellflower. But I always just think like, oh, those are the same it's the same fucking triangle. You know what I'm saying? But so obviously, I feel like everybody skates. Because everybody's like gateway.
From California.
Yeah, well, the weather's nice enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? What was so like from there? How did you end up started like adapting to the music life and things of that nature? Like kind of finding out, listening to rap, pretty much.
Well, the first time I actually didn't like rap music when I was like 9 to 10. That's when I first heard new stuff. Like for some reason I heard Lil Wayne Lollipop, and I never liked it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't start liking new rap music until like Future dropped Dirty Sprite 2.
Whoa, yo, that's crazy. That might be like a black. You might get attacked for this Lil Wayne one. Yo, Little Lollipop was the shit. What do you mean?
I don't know. I just didn't like the autotune.
Yeah,
on his voice. And that was around the time like "Kiss Me Through the Phone" came out. That whole era of just like
real poppy stuff.
Yeah, the music and the look and the sound, I just wasn't like a fan of.
Yeah, because Lollipop was Carter 3. So that's hard to
I didn't know Carter 2 Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I said Carter 2 Lil Wayne was a different guy. I'm not gonna lie, I like the videos from that era. Like whatever, I forgot what year Carter 2 even came out, but like the videos and the aesthetic of that era was so raw to me. No no pun intended. But you know what I'm saying? It was just so raw to me that I was like, I get it. I could see maybe not liking the appeal of a really polished video. You know what I'm saying? Because Kiss Me Through the Phone was a time though. That was another one too.
Yeah, I just wasn't. I was still listening to like. I was one of those kids that was like, I was one of those people back then that said like, oh, I don't like new rap music. I just listen to old shit.
School.
Yeah, I was listening to like, mainly just Biggie, to be honest. And
it's not a bad move though.
I was listening to like a lot of Metallica, lot of, that's it. To be honest.
A lot of rock. You like.
And whatever my mom listened to, like you could hear through DC's music, like all the stuff that I've listened to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a
So-
lot of old school shit, like from the '80s and like the '70s and the '90s.
Yeah.
My big influences.
And then so when you started finding out that you liked newer rap stuff and things of that nature, how did the producing kind of come about?
Well, I got in trouble. My girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend from back in high school, she like lied on me, got me arrested, and I got put on house arrest. And
Oh my God!
my homie, like one of my close homies from when I was a kid, showed me FL Studio.
You was in the house.
Yeah.
Just
Shout
figure.
out, Kyle.
Shout out, Kyle. You created a definite monster. But so you were just in there. You couldn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So you just ended up figuring it out.
Yeah, that was probably like junior year going into senior year. I graduated in 2017.
Okay. And the year, yeah, because you said you've been making beats since 2017, so like that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So around that time, Future dropped his album Future, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like it was, Dirty Sprite 2 got me into new rap music, but
Future got
that-
you in the future.
got me into like making beats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I seen like a video of Southside and Metro cooking up in the studio, all these fucking chains
All the
on.
chains on
they're
and shit.
rich as fuck, and like just like seeing people like also know your songs when they're performing and stuff. Like that's also a feeling that I've always wanted to see.
You had to fill out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it's not a bad move. I feel like that's what everybody kind of, at least if you're, making things or in the creative music field, it's always great to have the validation of like, thousands of people or at least hundreds of people to like, all the words to your song, or when that beat comes on, they know it's you, or, shit like that.
Yeah.
Which I mean is definitely becoming, because you're, I could almost do the same thing, even if it's not with DC. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even with just certain other songs.
There's been multiple other artists that I have built like sounds with, and like,
Since we're talking about it, how did the whole DC thing even come about? We're skipping, but it's okay.
Well, I've known DC. I've known of him and seen him around through other people that I've known. And then he dropped that like sleeping with the K song with Warhol.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, his voice is like pretty unique. Like I like his voice. So
Right.
I DM'd him and I was like, yo, like I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to text you some beats. And that was like probably like a year, probably 2 years or a year or two before he signed to Yachty.
And you know what's crazy though? It's like the fact that your cold DM worked, because he will not work with any other producer. Like he's such a like I work with these people and these people only to do, which isn't a bad thing. He
Yeah.
knows his sound. He knows the people he likes to work with. It's easier to work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, yeah, your cold email is like people gonna have to start hitting you up for a template. 'Cause, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's it's hard nowadays.
It's hit or miss. I feel like there's so many producers just DMing or just people that want to work with other people that it's hard to like. And plus, I don't really like DC. I don't really like going out of my circle to like work with other
Yeah.
people, because I like being with people like in person and working in person rather than having people send loops to my email. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's overwhelming.
It's a better connection though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you're able to really talk over. And also too, like if there is a problem with the loop or some shit like that, you can communicate it there, and probably make a better loop or a better just a better melody out of the whole thing, instead of typing somebody like, yo dog, like
I use this.
yeah, I use this, like help me out, like you know what I'm saying, type of shit. So no, I mean I get it. I mean, so you rather do everything in the field instead of being like an at-home producer, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you feel about people that do that though? Like, cause you know what I'm saying? Cause that's like a huge community of like the stay-at-home, type people.
I mean, it works for some people, and some people live out of state, so not everyone has the luxury of living in California, like close to LA.
True statement.
You know what I mean? So they have to do what they got to do.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like at some point too, you feel like you should like make the leap out here, if possible. Mind
Yeah,
you,
or
again,
whatever music hub city.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're in Kansas, maybe try. Well, actually, Kansas is still closer to LA. So, like, what about? I don't know, like Texas, you can still go to Atlanta, depending on the side of Texas that you live on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you're in a producer that lives in Atlanta, you're still like you kind of got it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's so many different. There's almost, I feel like, more avenues there than it is here. But obviously, here you still have to know, like, a good amount of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's still this place, LA, like it's big, but it's very,
Super tight knit.
yeah, it's super cut off if you're like on the outside.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of ugly, but I mean I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's also at the same time. I mean like you're doing. You put the first word out there. You're out there trying to actively work with people and so on and so forth. Which a lot of people don't do that legwork. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
lot of cold emails, a lot of the same type. Oh, come look at this beat. Whatever. I think this beat. You know what I mean? Like there's no passion behind it. People aren't real people anymore. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, but I said it to say. So, as far as working that through, how did your first placement come about?
My first, I consider this one song I have with Warhol. I don't know if you heard it. It's called Options.
I have.
Um,
Warhol's my boy.
my friend from high school, he introduced me to like his sister's boyfriend who also made music, who also knew a bunch of people in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And he invited me to the studio, and Warhol was there. And
Random.
yeah, and my two close homies were there that I've now worked with closely, Exile and Fire.
The two that was ever in the studio the last time, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
my two other first world problem people.
We're gonna do that right after this.
They were there. It was them two and another producer, and they were playing beats for Warhol. Like I'm talking about like
Back to back.
back to back to back.
Yeah.
Warhol was like next, and I was low key nervous as fuck because like
Yeah, I get you.
I already knew who Warhol was, and like
Yeah.
I had barely started. That's probably 2 years, a year and a half into it, and I played him my first beat, and he like instantly rapped on it, and then after that, it wasn't the Options beat though. The next day, he went back to the same studio, and he pulled up my emails that I actually met him like a couple months before that studio session, and I had emailed him a bunch of beats. So the next day after, when I first met him in the studio again, he like pulled up my beats, and then he recorded Options.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And how many songs do you have with Warhol? Like just all to get like do you ballpark it?
Released?
Yeah, released.
Probably like 3, but we have like, I want to say at least more than 25 songs. Like, never
It just never came out.
came out. Yeah.
That's insane. He's also a hoarder. I think I have 2 of them. He's a hoarder.
Of music?
Yeah, he's a hoarder. Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, when he does drop, like most artists, I mean, they drop a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point. You know what I mean? But like, how do you feel though? Like, because I feel like producers, I've never heard this side of it. Like when you do all this work with a rapper, right? So you say you go to the studio, you make 6 songs, right? Then you don't hear those 6 songs until ever, or whatever the case is. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I just try to keep moving on, to be honest. Like, I don't like thinking about, or like, I could show you a notes of just songs I have with people, just like on my file on my iPhone, just like songs that never seen the light of day. I try not to think about it, and I just hope that the songs come out one day.
Something comes out.
Yeah.
But you do your own tapes, right? Like you do your own like compilation tapes, right?
Yeah. I did 2. I did this one called Lost Files. That was the last one I did.
Yeah.
And then the one before that I did called Archives. But those songs, either one, the artist never released the song, or the artist didn't. I hit him up to ask him if I could put the song out, and they don't reply. So
you
I
just
just
say fuck it.
I just put that shit up.
Fuck it. I mean, I get you. You know what I'm saying? You know how they are though. You know what I'm saying? So speaking of putting songs out, so you, like I said, you have Exile on Fire and you that make up First World Problems, which
Yeah.
is the funniest name on planet Earth.
Yeah.
So what sparked that?
Shit, just little shit that we complain about every day that like isn't significant to like someone else who needs to fucking walk a mile to get some water out of a well.
Put it
Or
on
like-
their back and head
Yeah, fucking a pole,
and walking up a hill.
water, just like they needed to eat food. Like we're complaining about little dumbass shit.
Yeah,
So
facts.
that's what.
And then but is it so it's just a beat collective or is it just a beat? You know what I mean? Like what would you say?
It's more like a group, and I also like manage the business
Okay.
side of it too. So it's just us 3.
Oh, It's kind of fire. I seen your, I seen you, you posted so niggas are trying to steal your beats.
Yeah, they stole. I'm not gonna say who it is,
No,
but
yeah, don't get it.
super big artist. Oh, he's not a big artist, but he's very well known artist manager. Stole Exile's beat.
Like they
remade the
they
beat.
remade it.
Yeah, and the shitty part about it is he had DM'd Exile like a month or two before this happened, trying to buy the beat off him for only $250. And this $250 is ass.
Yeah, nah, word. Like,
Yeah.
Come on, yo. We gotta pay off. We gotta pay our creatives, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Without the beat, you're rapping acapella. Like,
Yeah.
come on, guys. You know.
And then months fast forward, Exile looks up the song, the artist profile on Apple or Spotify or some shit, and he sends me the thing. I'm like, oh, this fucker fucking remade the beat. But
The whole
also,
thing.
yeah, but also he had unsent all his messages to Exile and blocked him.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. Anyway, but no, that's I mean, what so like, but what do you do? You guys like copyright your beats or shit like that? Because if they remake it, that's not.
Nah,
that's-
well, technically because I have another story of someone that I don't give a fuck. I'll like
Say it.
I'll say their name,
yeah,
but
come on,
but
we put them on blast today. They're not about to. We not letting them steal and get away with it.
But going back to Exile's thing,
Mhm.
basically like there's like the master recording,
Mhm.
and there's also like the melody, the composition.
Yeah.
So he basically remade the composition of it, so you could still, you know what I mean? He
yeah.
could still. Oh, I hit my lawyer up. I was like, "Yo, take this song down. This is not right.
This is
And
not right."
The lawyer was like, "All right," so he took it down. But
Wow.
another time that's happened to me, I was sending beats to Young Tory.
Wow. Really though.
Yeah, Young Tory, and I had sent him a beat. He had posted a snippet of it on Instagram, and then another beat in the same pack. He took the melody off the beat, had another producer do the drums on it,
People
and
are
then
crazy.
dropped his song on the album. Did a whole music video to it, and I'm posting him on Instagram saying like, "Yo, you stole my shit," and he's just calling me a clout chaser and this and that. I take the album off Apple Music,
Yeah.
and his manager is all freaking out and shit, like
Yeah.
blah blah blah, like this and that. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like, I have the proof that he stole my shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it was a big headache for them because they had like bought like a billboard in Toronto or some shit. So they bought a billboard in Toronto, and the album's not even out.
The album's not even out. It's just up there. They're just wasting days on this billboard. That's insane.
Yeah.
But what can you do? Like, I don't understand. What? Because they just didn't want to pay for it? I'm guessing. Like,
I don't know what type of shit he was on, but I don't fuck with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I mean, y'all producers be getting the short end of the stick sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and it's especially the ones that don't know anything. Like, as far as like, you know, how to send beats out or like the appropriate ways so it doesn't get taken and, you know, so on and so forth. But like also too, how do you feel about, and I say this on a couple other ones, but I'm curious, I always ask the producers is, you know, you have producers that will, you know, collab on a beat, right? But it's like 6 producers. That's insane,
That's why
right?
I only work with 2 people.
Okay, yeah, because
That's why I only work with 2 people, because when it comes down to the business side of it, it's like I'm the one that's gonna have to pay my lawyer to talk to whoever to get me paid, and then I gotta fucking
go through
break off you.
It is like,
You know what I mean? I'm the one that got the placement. I'm the one that like. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
y'all tagged along, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I'm sure you give some type of percentage, but you know, at the same time, it's like, you know, it's just because I just hear a lot of not producers, but rappers, you know, get a lot of shit for like, oh, you didn't credit my man's. He's like, bro, there was 6 tags on there. You know what I'm saying? Like and then or like the producer will send the beat out, and it'll just be like whoever's name sent the beat without like anybody else's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I always just thought that was so crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many people does it take to make a beat?
I mean, shit. If it's a real hit, like on some Travis Scott shit, on some fucking Kanye, it's gonna take a lot of arm and legs to fucking.
But we're
make the
talking
beat.
about like, you
But
know,
on the smaller side of things, it doesn't take that many people. Takes 1 person, takes 2 people.
I think 2 people is like a okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's like technically 2 parts, but it's like people getting half of. Well, even the songs nowadays aren't even streaming crazy in the first place. It's like, yo, you're trying to divvy up, $3. You know what I'm saying? Isn't really gonna do too much. But
Yeah.
it's like you did a hat. Like
Yeah.
I've always just kind of
I-
thought that was interesting.
I don't even go after the song until it gets like until I see it's getting traction, and
Mm-hmm.
then I hit the artist up like, yo, like, I need my split.
How can we make this happen? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? No, I get it. I mean, but
Yeah.
it's not a bad look. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still one of those things that's important. You know what I mean? Make sure everybody gets their money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you're on Day Money's album.
I forgot what album it was.
Someone has wings on it.
But the song with him and Babyface is called World Tour and Still Pouring.
Yeah, how did you work with Day Money when? Sorry, Ivan, but you're good. Yeah, check first.
It's called Slay Season 2. That's the album.
Yeah.
I was working with my producer homie, Project X, and we were just making the beat, and he sent it up. He sent it out, and Babyface got on it, and I asked Day Money how he got it, and he said Ray pulled it up, and I was like, what the fuck? So I asked my homie, like, whose email did you send that to?
Yeah, exactly.
I need the email. He never told me the email. Or he said he doesn't remember or some shit. But
he held you. That's fucked up. You would have had it. I mean,
but that wasn't the last time I worked with Ray.
How did what's in? I don't know. Is it out yet?
I have 3 unreleased songs with him, but they're not out yet.
You worked with him personally, or is it
in person? Yeah.
How was that?
It was cool. It was fucking sick as fuck. He's someone that I've always wanted to work with. He's the whole reason I started making. Oh, back in like 2019, I heard like Detroit music for the first time, and it was unique and it didn't sound like anything else. So
facts. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like that's really what I mean. I don't want to put you in a box. I'm sure you could do wild other things. I've heard you do a lot of things, especially like let's say when we was in that studio, because every beat you put up was different. But yeah, your Detroit sound, how you go at it is fucking insane.
Thank
you know
you,
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I didn't. That's why I was like, yo, you can't be from California, because that shit sounds way too like on point. You know what I'm saying? Like it's also to the point too where it's like obviously like you're using good sounds like that. It just shit just sounds so well, but it's actually like out of like the what we could say 12 producers that maybe encompass the entire Detroit area as far as like people that are actually working producers in a sense. But you got to be at least like top 5 because
I still don't have anything on. I won't consider that until like if I actually get some shit on his project. You know what I mean?
I mean, you might.
I got a lot of songs with a lot of people from over there, but a lot of them are not yet.
I mean, but they take forever to drop. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised V's even ended up dropping. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I was thinking that was just gonna be a holdout because I was like, he's
we went into like another alternate timeline dimension.
Exactly.
He dropped the project.
Yes, he actually dropped the project. Like, oh shit, there's actually 4 songs on here. Like, this is insane. I mean, it's a great project, but that's I was like, he was kind of like the last one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like out of all of them that hasn't dropped significant projects. So it's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like, but I'm just saying, like, as a core sound, like, you definitely have like the blueprint. Like, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense. You know what I mean?
I mean, for a time, that's all I was listening to was Ray and GT and Vezo and V's and everyone from Detroit. But yeah,
it's the best music ever. I'm not gonna lie. They definitely have fun. I think I like it because it's so much fun. You know what I'm saying? Or even like how free they sound on it because the beat sounds so open. You know what I mean? But so as far as that goes, like, do you just like making that because it's second nature, or do you like try to like get outside of that box like every day?
Are you talking about like why I make Detroit beats? Well, I kind of want to like make more. Every time I hear a song, like Meg Thee Stallion, you know that song with V's, GT, and Vezo and Babyface on it. I want to like keep kind of like making good music like that, like recreating like, I want a song with that person like that.
Yeah,
that sounds like this. Like, I want to make another good song like this. You know what I mean? Because I want to hear more music.
And those songs are classics.
I want to hear more music that I like, so I want to make music that I like. You know what I mean?
I get you. I mean, that's a great answer too. I mean, it's way better than just you know, or at least you're envisioning, you're enjoying what you're doing, you know. And those songs, I mean, that Megan Thee Stallion song's great, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely like these classic songs that, you know, and I always thought it was cool too that they're putting 5 people on one song. We kind of lost that, like, you know, just through.
Yeah, no, that's a Detroit thing.
It has to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because I mean, back in the day, you had like. You had a couple people that was doing that, like just older stuff, but you know what I mean. But it'd be like a remix, and it'd be like 6 people on like one remix. But like now, it's
Yeah.
I feel like even though like it was a underground thing at the time. I feel like it was just so much better, and it brought like a lot more life to it. You know? So I could see why you want to go that route. You know what I mean? So, but from there on out, what's next for you? So what do you see yourself doing as far as like the next couple of say years? Like, you know what I mean? What goals do you want to scratch off?
Yeah, I want to get a hit song with someone, like one of those like undeniable, like you hear it every fucking day, like it's gonna take me to the moon, type shit. Like sign a publishing deal, like, but I want to sign a crazy publishing deal. But
you don't want to stay independent?
Huh?
You want to stay independent?
Yeah, I want to stay independent as much as possible, but yeah.
But the bag's talking, then obviously, you know, why not? Why not?
But I got to keep building like a catalog of songs, so I have that leverage to get like a fire deal. You know what I mean?
You traveled a lot yet? So like,
during the pandemic, I actually got my Instagram deleted. This is a new this is a new Instagram, yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, and during the pandemic, I was like traveling like a lot. Yeah.
I mean, for music is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I went to like Seattle, New York, Chicago, Miami.
Oh yeah, you
Atlanta.
You was trailblazer. Them
Yeah.
flights was $50.
Oh God, I got when I went to New York, this artist wanted to work with me. His name's Tymes. He paid for like half my flight. Flight was only like $180. So that's a no-brainer. You know what I mean?
Why not?
But yeah, I was traveling a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean it's good though. I mean, I've always kind of said the same thing with this. Like I'm gonna have to start moving around. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of people that don't come to LA. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, since your style is, you definitely do like to, you know, be face to face. And again, probably the best way to make a song anyway is being in the same room. But like, you know, I'm like, you definitely probably be trying to get outside the box and get outside of here at least a little bit. You know what I mean? Like if that's the goal plan, you know what I'm saying, to like, you know, stay somewhere for 6 months and work there, and because I've seen a lot of producers.
I'll probably
do
only
that same
stay
thing.
somewhere for a week.
Oh, you're not a month guy.
I get homesick.
Oh yeah, you miss Covina.
No, I don't live in Ontario.
I'm trying to give you a.
Oh,
And I didn't want to give out where you lived. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's all right.
you get, well, I mean, and Ontario's far as shit. Like that's crazy as hell. I feel so bad for having you because I live an hour away too.
Where do you live?
I live in like Santa Clarita area.
Oh,
so
okay.
like, you know, it's super. I hate it, but I don't have to go through LA traffic to get here though. That's the only.
I got the 10 freeway has a fast track.
Oh, you got the little thing on the windshield.
Yeah.
I've always been afraid to drive in there. Like I don't know why.
Nah, I feel like driving fast is safer than driving slow.
Why?
I don't know. It's because like you'd be driving fast. Imagine you're going fast down the left lane, and there's someone slow.
Yeah.
Ahead of you, you gotta fucking either go around or like
or back off. Yeah.
Yeah. If all the slow people should just
go to the right.
Go to the right. You know.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong. I mean, I guess if everyone's going fast, then there's, you know what I mean, it's different. And I mean, I feel like there's no cops in that lane. Is there ever cops in that lane?
You said cops?
Yeah, cops. There's never cops in that lane, right? Like in that fast pass lane.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, the cops don't care if you're driving fast, low key. I've driven 80 past the cop.
Yeah,
like a bunch of times.
It must be nice. They pull my black.
I feel like it's just the LA thing though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? I would feel like it would definitely be like maybe LAPD is super fucking aggressive. You might be right. You know what I mean? But still, anyway, we got super off track. but anyway, man, are we getting a new tape?
I was thinking about dropping a Detroit one and putting some songs on there that I got with. But I don't know if I could get the songs cleared.
Who they with? If we could pry.
Skilla Baby.
Oh wow.
Babyface Ray, Lonnie Bands.
Oh wow.
Stereo Gotti. I got this one song with GT that I don't know if he's gonna put it out, but I saw him preview it on his Instagram, so I don't know.
It might be on its way out. Yeah.
I think I'm missing one person, but so far that's all I can think of.
You becoming a household name out there. You know what I mean? You making your rounds. Why Rawbone?
I used to be. Right now, I weigh like, well, my height, I'm like 6'1" ish.
He is. I can guarantee. I can vouch.
I used to weigh like 160.
Oh wow.
Right now, I weigh like 220, 230.
Yeah.
So I used to be really skinny, and Rawbone is another synonym for skinny.
Really?
Yeah, so I just chose that on some random shit.
That's not a bad name though. You know what I'm saying? And your tag is hilarious. Is Robert you need cash only?
Yeah.
That's fire. Who did the tag?
This guy named Cash Only. Yeah. He's when I was working with 24 Hours, he was like always there. He's like his best friend basically. Yeah. And I used to engineer them, and he was like, "Oh, Raw, I got you right now. I'm about to do you a tag right now." So he just said it. I just stuck with it.
That's a good tag.
Yeah.
You gonna be one of those that have like a couple different ones?
Yeah, DC just did a new one for First World Problems.
Oh, really?
You'll probably hear it like on his project.
Hey man, DC's a great guy, ain't he? You know what I mean? It's a good guy. Yeah, we got it in. You work with 24 Hours? How the fuck did that go? That's a crazy one. That's a crazy one.
Yeah, I worked with a couple people.
Yeah, especially outside that realm, that's a super crazy one. That's left field.
Yeah, it's through Project X, my homie.
Yeah.
The one who got the Day Money Babyface song.
Shout out to Project X. He's doing great. He's helping. He's really helping the community out. You know what I mean? Niggas is really doing great out here. But anyway, man, I just want to, you know what I mean? We're kind of out of time here, but I want to first of all say thank you for coming on here and letting us have this conversation and really kind of at least touching the the top of things here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Definitely want to have you back after the album comes out. Definitely get into more of that because it's just insane. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I've heard a little bit of it too, depending. You know what I'm saying? So it's you're doing great. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was fighting over your beats in the studio the other night. And not DC though. There's I'll tell you out the camera. But you know what I mean? So trust me, you're going crazy. So but I mean, any last words before we get out of here?
Shit. I didn't mention the songs with Germ.
Oh, you work with Germ?
Yeah. Are
we speaking about the same Germ?
Like great G59.
G59 Germ?
Yeah.
What's going on with that? You gotta do an album with him.
Yeah, I really want to, cause on his own he doesn't really have too many like his own like big songs. I want to. I can see him doing like something crazy. Like I'm trying to help him with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What the fuck? That's hard.
Yeah.
How'd you get like how did that happen?
My exile's brother Jack, he used to own this like pop-up burger spot in the valley called Brick Burger, and Zach FTP would go there and became friends with Jack. And then I seen that Zach knows Germ, obviously.
Yeah.
So I told Jack, like, yo, like, tell Zach to link us so we can make some music. And then we went to the studio. We made one song, and it was all right. It wasn't super crazy, but, like, I kept being persistent to, like, I'm trying to work with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And so he came back to L.A. this last month, May, we were, like, locked in at Zach's house making, like, hella songs.
Oh, wow. You might need a little cameraman or something like that because these are kind of some. Well, probably not around Zach because you don't want to show his face, but shit like that. That's legendary. I mean, that's a time. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy though? How do I put this? I'm gonna have to cut this out because I have to think about what I want to say before. I don't want to say like a fucked up version of what I'm trying to say. So like, okay, so you're. I'm trying to like figure out how I want to say this. You are not a person that is not afraid to ask a nigga for help. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or if you see an opportunity. Actually,
it's probably like it's probably like kind of like the opposite sometimes. Like I really don't like asking
out
for favors. Yeah.
Well, not it wouldn't even be favors, but it's just like you're.
Yeah, but Jack is a no brainer because like that's like Exile's my brother. You know what I mean? Jack is my brother too. You know what I mean? So
it just made sense. It was more like, yo, we might as
that's
well
family. That's my family basically. So, but if I'm asking someone I don't know. But that was probably like one of the few times that I've asked someone like, "Yo, can you link me with this person?" Yeah.
No, I didn't want to make it sound like a negative thing. It was more like a lot of people nowadays. I mean, especially with this, because I really am not a fan of like hitting people up to like do things. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really hate it. Like, even with the the friends that we all know we have, I don't like. They might be doing something I don't like asking. Yo, let's. You know what I mean? I hate that shit. So. It's one of those things where it's like, yo, you're reaching out, you're doing, doing this, you're cashing favors in, no matter who it is, whatever the fuck. And it's like, you're definitely dedicated, and you really want to see yourself, get out there. You're really putting in those 10,000 hours, like, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I know I'm the only one that could like make it happen for myself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And make it happen for like Fire and Exile too. Yeah. So yeah, I know no one's got my back like
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. But any last words on top of that?
I don't know.
That's when you say like the inspirational things, like just keep trying, and one day you'll. That's how you do one of those. But anyway, man.
Well, I guess I could say just don't stop.
Yeah, man. Tell them your truth. You speak your truth. You know what I mean? That's how that goes.
Just keep going. The shit doesn't happen easy.
Or overnight.
Or overnight, yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, this has been Life in Times with Rawbone. Bow.
Who's I send Bliss with the takers. She keep asking about drafting boat, the bitch annoying me. I just roll up, blunts of Scotty, out of half a P. Blood came out my ear, nigga, that's $50. Smooth operator, better ask about him. Grinding with the wolves, it made me feel like Tyler.